In the freezing land where the temperature can drop to minus 70 degrees Celsius, not even the birds dare to stop in the sky to rest. Yet Samuel is over 70 years old and has persistently lived alone here for 20 years. Every day, he only connects with the outside world through a small radio. His wooden house is built from forest trees. The gaps are sealed with tar-soaked string, and the windows are temporarily covered with a thin layer of plastic that blocks the wind but cannot maintain warmth. When the sun just rises, he puts on the thickest clothes and shoes. Then he goes deep into the forest to chop wood. The harsh cold trees prevent him from staying outside for too long, forcing him to go back and forth multiple times. After chopping the wood, he cuts it into pieces, splits it small, and then adds it to the stove. Only when the houses warm up does he begin to cook. Due to the scarcity of food, sometimes he only ate one meal a day. However, whenever there is food, he always shares with his loyal dogs and spends quiet moments by the fire with them. Living in a place where the cold cuts to the bone, far from all modern conveniences, he still finds his own advantages. Here you can preserve food without a refrigerator. Just a sturdy bear-proof lock is enough. Besides that natural refrigerator, he also dug a freezer underground, requiring no electricity, relying solely on the frozen permafrost, which remains intact even in the hot summer. When the sun hasn't set, he often goes to the lake to fetch water, or more precisely, to collect ice. Ice in the lake is much cleaner than snow, as the freezing process has removed impurities, helping to make the water purer. This is his main source of water for living. Additionally, he uses the snow on the roof to catch water in barrels for later use. When he needs to bathe, he heats water on the stove, then pour it into the tank on the roof where he built an outdoor bathroom himself. Although simple, everything he needs is sufficient. The water container is made from an old barrel. The lid of the container was turned into a valve to open and close the water. He plans to chop some more wood next year to upgrade this room. Today, Samuel treats himself to 2 meals. The second meal is the traditional Yakult bread, just flour, water, yeast, and simple salt. But enough to warm his heart in the depths of the freezing land. When the dough is truly smooth and even, he puts it in the pan and fries it for about 15 minutes. Soon the soft, golden and fragrant bread was ready. It is a simple dish but delicious and filling, enough to keep him alive amidst the harsh cold of the deep forest. Samuel lost his family when he was very young. His life has since been colored by loneliness and hardship. After the farm where he worked went bankrupt, he lost his job and then decided to leave everything behind, moving to live in the taiga forest in Siberia, known as the harshest land on the planet. There, only the truly resilient can survive. Every morning, he washes his face with cold lake water to wake up and greet a new day, then adds firewood to the stove, keeping the fire always burning. Even living tens of kilometers away from any other person, without running water or electricity, he still maintains a tidy and clean lifestyle. In the small house, clothes and survival supplies are neatly arranged. The magazines he has collected over the years are also carefully hung on the wall. Among them, there are even magazines for women, because inside there are many recipes and folk remedies that he finds useful. When he catches a cold, Samuel often brews tea using snow pine leaves or soaks young leaves of the white poplar in warm water for 2 hours before drinking. That is how he treats himself amidst the harsh climate. Living alone in the wilderness brings him peace and tranquility, but it also makes everything many times more difficult. Even the daily task of finding food is a challenge. Today he went to the lake near his home, standing on the slippery ice to pull up the fish trap he set a few days ago. But this time there are only 3 small fish. He had to release them back into the lake, promising to come back tomorrow or the day after. Next he went to check the traps in the forest, but due to his limited hunting skills, it took him a whole month to catch a small animal. When food ran out, he had to set off on foot for 30 kilometers to the nearest village, which took about 5 to 7 hours to reach. The villagers always welcomed him and provided him with food and necessities. In return, Samuel told them stories about life in the deep forest, stories that only he had experienced. However, he could only travel when the weather wasn't too cold, because when the temperature dropped from a warm 60 degrees Celsius to a chilly 10 degrees Celsius, for him, it truly was a liberation after a long winter trapped in the cold. At this time, Samuel took advantage of the opportunity to make a broom. The materials are branches from the forest. It may sound simple, but to create a sturdy broom, durable and aesthetically pleasing, he has to be meticulous and skillful, bit by bit. After finishing, he walks for 5 hours to the village, selling each broom for about 66,000 Vietnamese dongs. That is a small income source, helping him buy more salt, flour, and meat for the upcoming days. Today he plans to cook a more lavish meal than usual. Horse meat soup, which is the meat he just bought in the village. Samuel enjoys cooking outdoors, because he believes that food cooked in fresh air always tastes better and is more flavorful. However, if the temperature can drop to minus 50 degrees Celsius, he is forced to cook in the wooden house to avoid frostbite. In the harsh Siberian winter, a steaming bowl of soup is the best meal, helping him keep warm and providing energy for his journey to continue living in the wilderness.